Well, hello class. Week 6. Here we are. 3 weeks left. Hey, I'm sitting here. Actually, you can see this beautiful thing, whatever that is, picture. Sitting in a hotel room up here. I'm actually at Stanford University with a number of faculty from your department. So Dr. Barron, Ed Barron, Wendy Dykes, Dr. Jillian Gilbert, Dr. Sean Lafreniere, our Vice Provost, Dr. Rebecca Cantor, and Dr. Eileen Holm. If you know Dr. Holm, but she is one of my favorite people in the entire world. I think that's all of us. There's 8 of us in total, and we're up here spending a week at Stanford learning how to incorporate better design thinking in the classroom. So really excited to come up here and get this training. One of the things that means, though, is that internet's a little bit shoddy up here, and so I'm going to try and post a quicker video. Hopefully that's the case. I can do that. And then hopefully get it uploaded here pretty quickly. So we'll see what happens. But it's been a great week so far. We actually spent a day, first day today. I got up here yesterday, saw a friend. Spent a day from 8:20 to 6:05 all day in this training, including a working lunch. And then we've got 3 more days just like that from here until the end of Thursday, and then we fly back. So excited to come back and figure out ways to best use our learning in the classroom, especially as it relates to leadership and organizational psychology and all the disciplines and other areas that I get to teach in. So one of the things that we've been looking at, as you'll watch in the PowerPoint presentation, read in the text, is we've been working in teams, working in groups, and there's actually some really interesting research that came out of Google, which I'm going to, at some point this week, share with you on what does it take to feel secure and safe and effective in your teamwork. So I'm sure a lot of it is very similar to, you'll kind of pick and choose similar things that you find in the text from Nahavandi. But I did want to share that with you because I think there's really important content in there, both in the text itself, of course, and then also in this article, the research that was conducted with Google not too long ago. So I'll include that in this upload in Canvas at some point this week, okay? And if I have things to share as far as our learnings, I'll report back to you. Interesting, though, that we came up as a team here, 8 of us, in hopes that we would have a chance to work together and potentially kind of come up with some solutions to some problems that we see by way of using design thinking. And we've been put into groups, and none of us are together. And so when you think about the groups and the teams with which, and obviously Nahavani is going to interpret and translate groups versus teams differently. But as we work with these individuals, even though we're not specifically working together, I do firmly believe that even if maybe we get a chance later on this week, if we don't, though, I believe that we will, working separately and being trained and kind of developed through that process, we will then actually, I would think, end up likely ending up working better together. So that's exciting for me to think about those realities. And as you can imagine, there's conflict and negotiations. In fact, just this week I was involved in a conflict. Conflict happens all around us. I mean, you can probably think about the conflicts that you've been in maybe even in the last 24 hours. So, whether it's relational conflicts or employment conflicts, family conflicts, even the most protected, things that should be the most sacred and have, the most forgiving and gracious aspects of life, like church life and family life, is sometimes where the biggest conflicts arise. And, depending on kind of what your training has been, or maybe you've taken the group and conflict class for in the leadership program, or you've studied on your own, you've read some books, conflict can actually be a pretty potent, powerful, productive thing if you approach it properly, right? Correctly. It can be a great thing because it's like breaking a bone, and you may have some and it's interesting as I say this, but I'm speaking directly to myself, you may have some relational issues, but if you can truly work through the conflict to resolve them, it actually makes the relationship in many ways stronger. And so conflict, if done well, if done properly, if done right, can actually be really meaningful in the process, especially in the outcome. So as we look at all of those realities this week, I hope that you'll find great value. And then I love this chapter from Duhigg, chapter 6, The Power of a Crisis. So that'll be a fun chapter for you to read if you haven't already. You've got your narrative PowerPoint, and then your discussion, your readings, of course, your journal, and your quiz. A couple of things I want to make mention. Your organizational design project, I know a number of you have already submitted that. Please make sure that you follow explicitly the instructions in the syllabus. Okay, if you have questions on what exactly that entails, let me know. But it's really, so even I gave you till Wednesday of this week, the 13th at midnight. If you read back through the syllabus and realize that you missed something, let me know, and I'll allow you to upload the document again, okay? Because I want to make sure that you do this the right and proper way. Okay, it's going to be really important for you and for your overall final grade, all right? And then you have an assignment coming up next week, so week 7 at the end of the week, which is your organizational behavior experience paper. And I'll be talking more about that either later this week, but probably sometime this weekend, upcoming weekend, or maybe even early next week, okay? So if you haven't been thinking about that assignment, I want to encourage you to do that. So get online, check out the syllabus, or if you download it to your computer, print it out. Make sure you read through that, and I will go over details in greater detail, I should say, as far as what I'm expecting in that assignment. Okay, so keep an eye out for that here at some point in the next probably 5 or 6, maybe 7 days. Okay. You've got, like I said, your group discussion. I've already seen some really great comments in there. I mean, I just have to say, and hopefully you've been getting my feedback and my comments and questions. There has been some really fantastic discussions, comments, questions, ways of thinking. I mean, I've taught this class several times before, and I think the size of our course at 8 students, I think the delivery of our course in Canvas, I think your commitment, this is made for, I don't know, hopefully you would say this, but this is made for a fantastic learning experience, and I've actually, just have to say, I've been super impressed with your level of understanding, how you communicate, what's kind of, roaming around in your mind. I love the questions that are being asked. I love the back and forth, the comments. So let me say out loud, thank you for what you've contributed to this learning experience. You have made, using Canvas, you have made this online learning experience actually really enjoyable. And I'm super grateful for that. So thank you for that. Thank you for your engagement, your involvement, your commitment to the learning. It is definitely not something that is lost on me. All right, so thank you for that. If you have questions, of course, let me know. So again, organizational design project due midnight on Wednesday of this week. And then so a week, about 2 weeks out, actually exactly 2 weeks out from today, the Monday, you have your organizational behavior experience paper, and I'll be posting more about that at a later point. If you continue to look ahead, week 8, you've got your organizational design PowerPoint presentation. And then the final assignment you have due is your paper on Duhigg's book, The Habit. Okay, so again, a good week of learning. Make sure that you complete all of the assignments that are in your syllabus under the assignments that are due. Make sure things are turned in on time, so there's no, as far as your paper goes and all of that, so you don't get docked on points. Again, I am away, so if you email me, in fact, at this point, I would ask you, instead of writing through Canvas, email me directly. You will receive an out-of-office response, because during the day, we're back to back to back until, like I said, about 6:15 or so. But I will certainly get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right? So have a great week. I hope you are continuing to enjoy the learning and the process. It's pretty, at least evident and obvious to me that you are because of your thoughtful responses. And I look forward to seeing you online this week. See you soon.